Hello and welcome to my bachelor's thesis first speech presentation. Today I'm going to briefly introduce my topic, my research question, and the practical part of my project. The title of my thesis is Mythological Characters in Video Games, a study with focus on Persian mythology. And the practical part is design a video game character concept inspired by Persian folklore. In this thesis, I focus on how mythological characters are used and adapted in video games, both in terms of visual design and their role inside the game. I would split my thesis into 20% theoretical part and 80% practical part. My mentor would be my Professor Björn. Two games that inspired me to choose this topic were Hades and Prince of Persia: The Lost Crown. When I was playing these games, I noticed that many of the characters were based on mythological figures, but they were not copied directly. Instead, they were redesigned in a way that fits the game's style and gameplay. This made me realize that many games use Greek and Norse mythology as a source of inspiration for their character design. But I noticed that there are fewer examples of games that use Persian mythology, even though Persian mythology has many strong and interesting characters. That brings me to my research question. How are mythological characters represented in video games, and what role does Persian mythology play within this context? Many well-known games such as Hades and God of War show how mythological figures can be transformed into well-designed game characters. In my thesis, I want to study games that use mythology in their character design process, such as Hades, God of War, and Prince of Persia series. I will look at how these characters are designed, how they relate to their original myth, and how they function inside the game, for example, enemies, bosses, or story characters. For the practical part, I'm going to take some mythological or folklore figures from Persian mythology and design a game character concept based on them. I will use what I learned from my analysis, such as shaped language, silhouette, and visual storytelling, to create a character that fits into a game environment. The goal is not just to copy the original myth, but to redesign it in a way that works as a modern video game character. Thank you for listening.